Hi guys, this is Wargamer Achilles here, and today we're going to be talking about the Danger Zone, specifically the 40k Danger Zone. Well, we've all been there, right? Well, a lot of the times I'm going to point out here that, one, people start collecting things way too fast. Like, you get in an army and you just want to, like, go balls out and buy, like, a whole bunch of freaking dudes. I'm talking, you want to go out and buy like 1,000 points, 2,000 points, 3,000 points worth of dudes in one big sitting. And a lot of guys do that as their second army or third army or fourth army. But like, when it comes down to them actually being able to play with that army, like, very few guys actually put it all together, paint them, and then have them out ready to battle. I know a guy, he got into Space Marines, and he was a Tau player, but then he wanted to get into Space Marines, and he has like 1,000 points sitting in a box, and it's not even taken off the sprues, and he's still got probably 1,000 points of his Tau still on sprues. So that's the sad thing about when you start like getting too much too fast. I always usually try to counter that with not buying new models until I finish painting my other ones, assembling and painting, of course. So like, the next one we're going to talk about is selling what sucks and buying what is in. Some guys do that all the time. Like, I know this guy, he would like change his armies every season. As soon as like a codex would come out or something, like something awesome would come out of a certain army, he would just like sell his old stuff and come back with like the new hot thing. So he's kind of like a trade shop in his own right. I guess he's one of those guys on eBay that just starts selling random stuff or sells them in the club, but he's like always changing his army, primarily to be competitive and just to get what's hot. Of course, this is talking about 7th edition, because of course 8th edition's coming out, probably by the time you hear this, will be out by now. But yeah, this is mostly talking about 7th edition. But yeah, like, guys who just always get what's hot, they don't stick to an army. It's really hard, because you start to be in this weird danger zone, because you just start like losing so much more money when you buy all these models, and then you spend all the time putting them together, battling with them, painting with them, and next thing you know, you're selling them for like half the price because you want to get the new thing. And that's just a waste, in my opinion. Now, here's the big one. With the whole 8th edition coming along, people are really scared about just ruining 40k. So some guys are just straight up wanting to quit 40k, and I get that. This hobby is pretty tough. It requires a lot of space to have this stuff. It requires a lot of time to assemble and paint it, and it definitely requires time to play. You can't just play on the carpet. I mean, you can, but you know what I mean. Like, that ain't gonna work. So generally, though, when a guy came up to me, he said, "Yeah, I'm thinking of quitting 40k. I'm just gonna sell everything for like $2,000." I guess that works for guys who are like really desperate and strapped for cash, and they just want to get rid of it. But the thing is, you're losing so much when you sell your models. Like, generally, my personal thing when it comes to models is, don't sell your models. If anything, this is what you do. You downsize. So if you're one of those guys that has like a bunch of different armies, just have one. Just have one army and just sell everything else. Or if you have a really big one army, you could probably sell a few models here and there if you want to downsize that way. But I recommend just sticking to one army and just keeping it, because no matter what, you have the models, and they're painted and they're ready to go. No matter what edition comes out, if you like it or not, no matter if you find someone who wants to play an older edition, or you just want to play something else and just use the models, that's the situation. Like, when it comes down to either quitting or wanting to sell your models, just keep one army, and you'll thank me later. Because I knew a guy, he was a Tyranid player, and he had other things going on too. But, you know, he paid someone to paint his Tyranids as well. So I told him, you know, you're losing even more money because you paid someone to paint your units on top of you buying the units themselves. You know, and then you're going to sell them, so, like, you're totally losing way more money. You know, a model, you know, that they always say, like, one bird in the hand is worth more than two in the bush. So, in my opinion, when it comes to models, keep one army and you're good. But that's it for pretty much the danger zone. Just remember, don't collect too much too fast. Don't sell what sucks and buy what's in. And if you're quitting or not playing 40k in a while and you just, you know, you got too much stuff, just downsize your army. Keep it simple. Just stay to one army. You'll thank me later. This is Wargamer Achilles, signing off.